I am the demon Etrigan. You must destroy those cursed towers with your mighty undead powers. Now give me your soul to keep safe. It will return when Faust's laid waste.
Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. Today we'll continue playing with our friend The Flash, but before we get started, just a reminder that this week we have the bonus Ant Metal Fortification event. So it will last all the way until February 24. So basically, whenever you use Ant Metal to upgrade your artifacts, you will get double the experience. And sadly, that does not apply to the artifacts themselves. Like if you sacrifice an artifact to be able to upgrade another artifact, you will still get only 50% of that experience. So that's the one big change they made for that. And of course, there's also a time capsule sale on the marketplace. So there's 20% off the unlocked mystical magician time capsule. Yeah, I didn't realize I had the transformed before. Let's get the menu. There we go. So here, this is the part where Etrigan will turn us into an evil zombie, as you can see. So let's get started.
Hail, mortal, born of man! I am the demon Etrigan. You must destroy those cursed towers with your mighty undead powers. Now give me your soul to keep safe. It will return when Faust's laid waste.
I'm not sure why we don't have... So we have to destroy 5 obelisks. There's also the quest for the hot dog stands. But nah, it doesn't matter. So let's get rid of a few of those evil zombies who are trying to stop us. Oh, there's the hot dog stand. Okay. So ideally you want to pick up the side quest for the hot dog stands and do it at the same time as you do the other mission. There's no reason not to do both of them at once. So we need 10 hot dog stand and 5 obelisks. And yeah, it reminds me of Asterix and Obelix. So we have to destroy the obelisks, but as you can see, the evil zombies will try to stop us. Been a while since I played this, so I'm not sure what the loadout does anymore.
They were gonna take our souls.
And sadly, there's a lot of mobs in this area, so it's very, very easy to end up in a situation where you pull a whole bunch of mobs towards you. And way back when, in the PvP open world, what some people would do is that they would camp this area. So when people would play this mission, and they would attack them with their characters. And being a zombie, obviously you didn't have access to all your abilities, and you couldn't really also escape. You could try to run away, but you don't go very fast as a zombie. Hello, I'm sorry I can't even begin to pronounce your name. Lots of I or lots of L, I'm not sure. So we have to click on the obelisks, and then we have to destroy it. One easy way to play the mission with the obelisks is to just go up here. Sorry, my nose is a bit stuffy. I had to go shovel a bit. We had like 23 feet of snow over here. So there are a few obelisks over here. So one easy way to play this mission is to just walk around over here to get the obelisks. You only need 5, so because otherwise you may end up fighting a small army of zombies. So if you don't mind fighting the zombies over and over, or fighting hordes of zombies. And I guess you could stay downstairs. Also up here, we can also get the hot dog stands.
Dissertation notes. The consent of Anubis is required for any travel from beyond the afterlife.
We shouldn't do this, but why not?
You shall pay for this.
It was too far, too far. I don't want to go. There we go. That's what I was trying to avoid. Oh well.
You shall pay for this. You will never defeat me.
You shall pay for this.
We only need one more. So this one should do it. Before we enter, we may as well complete the hot dog thingy. Sometimes there's one up there. I guess not today.
A fresh soul for Faust.
The other obelisk we needed. Oh well, too bad, so sad.
You will never defeat me.
Oh, a time capsule. We'll take it. I'm pretty much done opening those time capsules, I think. Yeah, I'm still missing a collection or two, but I'm not going to get it from the time capsule.
Interloper.
We need just one more hot dog stand. So I came here to try to avoid fighting too many witches and magent. Nah, that was an epic fail. So there should be a new hot dog stand that spawned over there. For the hot dog stands, you can do it easily enough just over here. And the same for the obelisks. Basically, you come here, get the obelisk, then get the hot dog stand. Then you go over there, get the obelisk, then get the hot dog stand. And you can just travel back and forth. And of course, oh,
Wow, don't you look totally decomposed? Blend right in. For Faust to raise Isis, he'll be surrounded by Solus powering the flame of life.
I guess we need to complete the mission first.
Wow, don't you look totally decomposed? You'll blend right in. For Faust to raise Isis, he'll be surrounded by Solus powering the flame of life.
There's also the mission about the trapped students. Should I do this?
Just in time. They're
You will
stealing
never
our
defeat
souls.
me.
Thanks. I don't know what the zombies were going to do.
I'll have no
Just in
choice.
time.
Gonna have to fight a few more zombies.
A fresh soul for Faust.
Hello, Euro Games. So as you can see, so we continue to play with technically our Flash character, even if right now we're not the Flash. We were turned into some evil zombies.
They were going to take our souls.
Maybe I should verify something. Come on, evil chat.
Look out! Get away.
Sadly, sometimes it happens. People don't hear me. So here you can see there's a truckload of mobs over there. So we're trying to avoid that if we can.
Thanks. I don't know what the zombies were going to do.
Blasphemer!
You will never defeat me.
And yeah, I understand Tuesday afternoon, just after
You came
lunch.
just in time.
Probably
They're
not all the
stealing our
people
souls.
available to watch a live stream. But it's okay. People can watch the replay.
That was close. They were going to take our souls.
If you guys can hear me, say yes.
You shall pay for this.
You shall pay
Oh,
for
thank you, Thomas. I was scared for half a quarter of a second.
Thanks. I don't know what the zombies were going to do.
So almost there. Stay on target.
Thanks. I don't know what the zombies were going to do.
So we need just one more. We could be brave and go downstairs. We're not going to do that. Actually, we may not have a choice. We don't. I don't see. Oh, there it is.
Fresh soul for Faust.
You came just in time. They're stealing our souls.
So we're done with this side quest. So let's go inside. There's a couple of versions of this mission. So there's this version we're going to play solo. There's also a version that works as a duo.
Below. Black Adam and Faust have begun the ritual to give her life.
So you may have played also this mission already with a different character. Maybe. As you saw, the zombies are nasty. They throw things around. So we have to defeat a whole bunch of them. I'm not sure how many. Normally I just defeat them until something happens. I don't remember if you have to defeat them all or just a certain amount. And you guys may have heard the bonus this week is some bonus ant metal, or not some bonus ant metal, but the ant metal will give you double the XP that they usually give you. Sadly, that's not going to work for the artifacts. Like normally, you can sacrifice an artifact and get half of the experience. That doesn't change. You still get half the experience for the artifact, but for the ant metal itself, if you do use ant metal, you do get twice the amount. The Lord is tougher than I remember. Could have sworn I heard something. I guess not. Been a while since I've been here, so just trying to figure out to check if I missed anything. Apparently not, so let's continue. And in the duo, normally when you reach this point, there's a whole bunch of mobs waiting for you. At some point, they were pretty tough. But it's been a while since I played this mission. So I have to admit, I'm not sure if they're still as tough as they were, or if they changed that. Although already for the solo, you can see that they can be a bit tough still. So ideally, you want to pull them a few at a time,
You shall pay for this.
as opposed to fighting them all. Thomas, I wish they would add the zombie body size to the game for players to use in character creation. That's been requested a lot. Using the zombies, using Titanic Trenton, using yeah, people have been asking for those forever, and using Bane. Bane has a pretty cool body size, but it didn't happen. Already at the time they didn't want to do it because they would have had to change. There's thousands of styles in DC Universe Online. In DC Universe Online at this point,
Dissertation.
so adding a new body size
God of the East
would mean a lot of work.
escorts the dead to heaven.
Like fitting those thousands of styles to a new body size, they're not going to do it unless if somehow they find a way, like they figure that they could make a lot of money doing that, then they might do it. But I strongly doubt they would do it. And if you hear a little oh 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 in the background, I gave a piece of bread, like a piece of a bread bun to Rocky, and now he's trying to hide it. He's looking for a hidey place for a piece of bread. Ah, evil Rocky. Oh, chesty chest. Fred Krueger MLT on 2 of my tunes that I leveled. I didn't get credits on the final mission on to get to 30, and I had to do it twice. I'm sorry, Fred. I don't know what happened. If you had to do that, I didn't do it myself just yet, so I'm not sure are there issues or not. So far I didn't encounter any issues. Hello, Rayshawn. And here you have some stones that you can kind of throw around. That they do a big bada boom. You don't really need the stones, but they can help a bit, I suppose, to do a bit of extra damage. I didn't remember there was so many waves of cucaracha. Let's go with the stone because, well, why not? There's no reason not to use those stones. They don't do that much damage, but you can still use them if you want to. Yeah, basically we're doing a playthrough with our friend The Flash. So hopefully, if all goes well, I might be able to rank it up to level 30 today. And if we do that, we might be able to get the box, the reward box. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Let's pick up the stone. So basically, I've been meaning to make a new walkthrough with a new character. Also, I came to realize at some point that I didn't have a Flash walkthrough, so... And now with the new event from the devs, there was no reason not to do it right now.
Fresh soul for Faust. You shall pay for this.
Oh, some more cucaracha. Only 2, I guess. Oh, no, I thought there would be more. And I seem to recall, it's probably for the duo. In one of the versions of this mission, you have to go see our friend Ambush Bug way up there. But it's probably for the duo. Been a while since I played this mission, so I could be misremembering. Or they could have made some changes. That happens too. Ideally, you want to pull the enemies on your ground so that you decide where the battle will happen, and you try to select a spot where you're not going to be overwhelmed. Thomas, another thing I always would love is to have Bizarro's powers added as to iconic, as well as Bestiamorph. Oh yeah, we've been asking for the iconic Bizarro powers, or a lot of iconic powers to be added to the game. They didn't do that just yet. For the Bestiamorph, we do have a few trinkets. Like we have a trinket that turns us into a lion.
And watch your love return to our world. Faust, what trickery is this? She does not live. Her flesh, it's rotting. Give her more of your powers. Do not hold back.
So Rishon, 5 days ago, my second event finished. Third event, 2 more days left.
The powers of Shazam are mine. Poor, pitiful Black Adam. Now merely Death Adam. Forever.
Yeah, we have to wait for the dialogue.
What have you done?
These vines will hold you close to me, dearest Adam.
Sadly, there are some triggers sometimes that just cannot be avoided.
Scarabs, rise up and destroy!
The evil scarabs. Or as I call them, the cucarachas. I guess I cannot get close to ISIS just yet.
I must consume more.
So as you saw, you have to defeat the scarabs before you can even think about fighting her. It happens. Oh, let's summon our friend the Flash, because we can.
Justice will be served in a...
I wish we had that ability. Oh well.
Enough! Behold, a god has risen again.
So there's a few waves of cucarachas that you have to defeat as you fight. Oh, maybe not. Are my pants on fire?
No!
I guess they are.
I will not return to dust.
Shazam!
Help me!
You are lucky that I do not kill you here and now. You and Faust will both pay for what you have done.
Let's skip. I love those cinematics, but for these kind of videos, I kind of skip them. I have a video called DCUO Online, the movie, if you want to see all the cinematics. Let's consume the collection, because why not? And there's an investigation here. Hello, Supreme.
Dissertation notes. The goddess of motherhood and magic, and the protector of the dead, the breath of Isis pushes the penitent past the veil.
Just checking. Again, it's been a while since I've been here, so trying not to forget anything. I guess we can get out. So let's go to our journal.
Despite his evil actions, I pity Black Adam's grief for the woman he loved. May Aphrodite grant him peace from heartache. As for you, you have triumphed over the tyranny of death and revealed Faust's treacherous lies. You have served justice today, my friend.
Nah, I don't have the daily act of heroism with this character. Too bad. Should have picked up the mission, but too late. So let's go back over here. Hello, Maleficent. I hope you guys are having a good day. So let's talk to our friend Shazam.
Congratulations! You stopped Faust from stealing the power of Shazam. And Black Adam has lost Isis once again. I hope he learns from this and does not take revenge.
Sorry guys if I have a bit of a stuffy nose. I had to do some shoveling earlier today to be able to go outside.
Got an urgent call from Fire in the East End police station. She spotted Omax cyborgs in Gotham and is calling in for backup. Batman is already on the alert. Talk to Fire and she'll contact you when you're on site.
We have a lot of stuff. Let's go to... Oh, wrong menu. Let's go back to our base for a minute. And we'll continue afterwards. Hello, Antonio. So for those who just joined us, we're playing with our friend, The Flash. So basically this is a walkthrough that I'm doing, not just for the event, but so that future players will be able to use it as reference. If they ever need any help starting the missions with a character that is mentored by Superman, with a speedster, with a character with fire powers, and more. And for the belt, like I could sell it, I could use it, right now, but it's not that big of an upgrade, and at this point, it doesn't really matter. So let's see if we can make a little bit of money. A question that often comes back is multiverse. How do you make money in this universe online? This is how. You find something that you can sell on the broker, and you try to sell it on the broker. Like right now, we can get it for about a bit more than 3 million. I cannot sell it for 3 million right now because I don't have 3 million. Like sadly, you have to pay 5% of what you want to sell. And you have to start building your cash from somewhere. So even 50,000 is too much. Let's start with 40,000. Or we could decide to wait and sell it later. I think we'll just do that. So sadly, even if I was to be able to get people often think that all you have to do is an open time capsule, you'll get an item that's worth 100 million, sell that and you'll be rich. Doesn't work like that. Because even if, assuming that I did that here, I would not be able to sell it on the broker because I don't have the money to be able to pay for the fee, the 5% fee. So sadly, I will have, before I can even think about selling something valuable on the broker, I will have to build my cash a little bit more in order to be able to do that. So let's go back to the House of Legends. Oh, maybe I should pick a... we don't have access to it just yet. Probably too low level for that. Doesn't matter. So sadly, before you can start selling items for millions, you have to build up your cash first. And then eventually you will be able to sell an item for 1 million, 50 million, 23 million, and more. We have to go to East End. Too much chatty chat and I kind of lose track of where I'm supposed to be at. There we go. Oh, I got mail. Let's pick up our mail before we forget, and we'll continue our mission after. We got a nice headpiece. That is so nice. And we can even use it. In case you guys didn't notice, so we have the recruitment cash over here. So we have to reach level 30. And we have to complete the main mission in order to be able to get the rewards from the cash. So here we have the Valentine Seasonal. Well, we're not going to do that. There's the Batwoman mission also, where we would have to go fight... I forget who we have to fight. Is that for Bane? So let's start to fire.
The Omac virus? It infects regular people and turns them into cyborgs. Cyborgs who want to kill anyone with superpowers or skills. Anyone. Superman, Batman, me, you, all of us. We have to stop the Omax before they spread.
So there's other mission we could play also. I will stick to the main quest for now. So here we will have to fight the evil Brother Eyes and his army of Womax. Afterwards, I think the last mission we'll have will be the Spectre, and then afterwards we'll be able to play the final quest and the main mission. We'll see. Been a while, so I could be misremembering, or again, maybe they made some changes. I hate when I do that. So if you ever wondered why we have those train tracks all over the place, it's not just as a decoration. It kind of helps you also move around when you have a super speed character. Oh, Random Mind retracted his message. Or it could be also the evil YouTube who did that. Sadly, sometimes YouTube does that.
The OMAC virus is a deadly threat, but there is more. The virus was unleashed by my own creation, the Brother MKI satellite. Now rogue, it calls itself Brother Eye. I believed it to be deactivated and destroyed. I must find why and how it has sprung to life. For now, I need you to destroy its spy drones and help any citizens it may be targeting.
Nerdy Assassin, how much money did you spend on this game? Not as much as people think.
Wayne sent me here the moment we heard Brother Eye's drones were scanning the populace for superpowers. Can you break up those drones and gather me some of their nanoprocessors?
The first 4 or 5 years, I've pretty much only paid money for my subscription. Once in a while, I would purchase something like once in a while, I would purchase something like the teleporters or some or when we got the amenities or some armories. But it was just a once in a while thing, so I was barely spending any cash on this Universal Online at this point.
I am so weak. Can you help me? You've got to help.
Nah, even 1 million, I couldn't do it, random. I tried 500,000 and even that was too much. I want to punch him out. I'm so sad now. So for the first 4 or 5 years, all I was spending pretty much was money on my subscription. And even when I bought things from the marketplace, when you have your subscription, you get 500 loyalty points every month. So I would be able to use that to be able to purchase items without actually spending extra money. And I was also accumulating replay badges. Like at some point I had, I think, 9,000 replay badges because I just wasn't using them. And once we got the booster bundle, I tried to buy a few booster bundle, and it was a disaster. I opened maybe 8 or 10. I think I opened 10. I bought like 8 and bought 2 with using loyalty points. And I didn't get the cosmic material. The cosmic material is the first material we had in the game, and we got it from the first booster bundle. And I felt foolish because basically I'd spent the equivalent of $100 to get nothing.
My superpowers and weaknesses.
And in the end, I had to roll my sleeves and buy the cosmic material from the broker. So I should have done that to begin with.
Initiating defense sequences.
And then when we got the time capsule, again, I didn't spend a lot because I was broke at the time. So I couldn't open the time capsule. So I did what I had to do. I saved up stabilizers. Also, I had, as I mentioned, I had like 9,000 replay badges. So I did the foolish thing. I used replay badges to replay the stabilizer fragmentation mission, at least a little bit, so that I could open a few time capsule. But then eventually, once I got back on my feet, when I started making good money again, then I would open maybe 20 time capsule per week. Did that for a bit. So for a while, I would open time capsule. I would not open booster bundle. But I started opening booster bundles again once we got the metallic chroma materials. I love those materials. And sadly, again, I was a foolish fool. I opened something like 25 booster bundle at the time. And I got one freaking material. And there was 6 different materials. Obviously, I wanted to have them all. So again, once more, I felt like a foolish fool. I had to roll my sleeves, and I had to buy the materials from the broker. Early on, I was fortunate. I was able to get some of them for 250 million. But the last 3 maybe materials, I had to buy them for like 600 million or more. So it was a bumpy ride.
That man did create the Brother Eye satellite, but he also destroyed it when it went crazy and decided every superhuman needed to die. For it to somehow reactivate itself is a very bad sign.
And over time also, yeah, I did spend some money on the game, but usually whenever I would purchase items, I would do that. A lot of the things I purchased, I bought on sale. So yes, I did spend money, but I could have spent a lot more if I was not actively looking for sales. And there's also a point in time where we had a pretty big sale at some point around Christmas for the subscriptions. So for like 2-3 years, like I bought like 2 or 3 years worth of subscription, and during that time it would cost me $7 to play DCUO Online. So yeah, I did spend money. I don't mind spending money to support something I use a lot, and I use the DCUO Online a lot. But I did that also with when I played Baldur's Gate. I bought Baldur's Gate 2, and then I played Baldur's Gate 2 so much that I destroyed the play disc, so I had to buy Baldur's Gate 2 again. And then at some point they released a sort of special edition with Baldur's Gate 2, and I think there was Icewind Dale and maybe Planescape Torment or something like that. So I bought that again. And of course, I had already purchased Icewind Dale. And then when we got the Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, I purchased that again. When we got Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition, I purchased that again. So I don't, when I like a product and also when they do a good job, I don't mind supporting them. Obviously, when they do a not so good job, then it can get a bit frustrating. But when the game is fun and when the devs do a good job, then yeah, I don't mind opening my wallet and then saying good job, devs.
Damage threshold critical.
Now, obviously, if everything was 1,000% free, it would be great. Sadly, that's not how it works. So we still need a few OMAX. So even though we still need the OMAX, they're not flagged as items we need for our quest. Harrison Huge, can you show your flash style quick, please? I'll just finish those few side quests, and I'll show it to you afterwards. So we need one more disc and just a few more OMAX. How much is a Black Flash helm worth in the broker? I have no idea. I would have to look it up. Ideally, that's what you're going to have to do too. You should look it up. See first if it's available. If not, you could probably ask a lot for it. Although, again, it depends also on which server you play on. It's always a bit tricky. Like when you guys ask how much can you ask for something, it depends. Do you play on PlayStation? Do you play on Xbox? Do you play on Switch? Do you play on the US server? Do you play on the EU server? All of that will make a huge difference in the price in the end. So it's kind of hard to give one price because it depends on many factors.
Executive command, live fire. Damage threshold critical.
So we just need one more.
Weakness unknown.
We have to be a bit careful because there is the evil Killer Frost in this area. And she kind of sort of... Oh, speak of the... No, okay. I was scared for half a second. I thought that, holy crap, I just invoked Killer Frost. So there's Killer Frost in the area, and she's mean. She's a mean lady. For the broker, we'll take a look at that a bit later. But at this point, sadly, the less bad option... Ah, come on. The less bad option... Sorry about that. The less bad option is to just buy it from Booster Gold. I understand that it costs a lot of quarks. But on the broker, it's probably a bit expensive at this point. I could have sworn. There you go.
If even the villains are out there taking out the Omax, you know the situation has to be bad.
Only an electromagnetic pulse can drive the OMAC nanovirus out of its human host. I've had EMPs airdropped into the area. Activate those against the OMAX, then mark the survivors for quarantine. They'll need time and help to recover from Brother Eye's attack.
So for the look I have right now, it's simple enough. There's the Speedster Call that you can get from the marketplace for $2. For the chest piece, any slimline chest piece will do the trick. Here I'm using, I forget the name, the middle panel, the slimline. I think the pants are the same. Yep. For the boots, I'm using the flash boots. For those, you're going to have to look on the broker, or you will have to farm the Star Labs mission on the villain side. So sadly, for that, you will have to create a villain, play the mission on the villain side, and hope to get lucky to get the boots. And for the belt, the Speed Force Spectrum belt. The one I'm using is the one from the marketplace, but you can use the one that you can purchase in the watchtower. It'll work well enough. And for the gloves, there we. And for the gloves, it's the edged trim, and of course the emblem. Almost forgot the emblem. For the emblem, it's the enhanced flash emblem. You pretty much have to buy it from Booster Gold. You could look on a broker. I did see on a broker a few times, but if you want to be sure to get it from Booster Gold. And there should be a side quest here. Where is it? I guess I was misremembering.
Data 0825. OMAC Directive 1. Monitor and curtail metahuman activity. OMAC Directive 2. Ensure continued existence of Brother Eye satellite.
So here, once you destroy the OMAC, you have to click the citizens. You could use the EMP, but
no control over myself.
Doesn't really help, I find.
Legal force authorized.
Could have sworn this guy gave us a side quest, but maybe he does that for evil villains. Oh, okay, yeah. I see the hero one right now.
Please, help me out. Dropping these EMPs was my first job for Wayne Tech, and I forgot to set the shield protection for them.
Exobyte modified life form detected. Executive command, live fire. Defense system recovery. Lethal force authorized.
You've got to stop them. Ouch!
Let's go over to EMP first.
I'm not afraid of you.
Shal, so if you play on PC, you have the same
You cannot.
but again, do you play on PC US, PC EU?
Thanks for freeing me from that thing.
Rerouting security.
So when we get a chance, we'll go take a look at the broker. Random mind, why do the devs say they listen to players when continue to do things that players don't want? There's a non-mixture of what the devs want, what the players want, and what the devs decide to do. It's sad, but that's how it is. At the end of the day, the devs do what they want to do. There's this whole leadership trick. You ask your team, like, do you think we should repaint the studio, for example?
It's all a blank.
And you do that where you already intend to repaint the studio, so whatever they reply doesn't matter. And then you start a discussion about which color could be selected. Let's say you've already decided that you would repaint the studio blue. And then throughout the discussions, the team decides that, hey, maybe we should repaint the studio blue. So you do what you were planning to do to begin with, but you can give the credit to the team and make them feel good about themselves, saying that you guys did good, you did good teamwork, and in the end you just did what you were planning to do to begin with, and nothing really happened.
Defense system recovery in progress.
So for the devs, I assume I wouldn't be surprised if sometimes they might use tricks like that where they say we've done this because players asked us to do this, but they were planning to do that to begin with anyway. And probably the same thing also. Whenever they don't ask us for our opinion, whenever they do something without, let's say, putting it on the test server first, odds are they already decided to do it, whether we agreed or not. So I'm sure they do listen to the players. But whether they give us what we want because we asked for it, I don't know about that. The EMP. For the EMP, ideally, let's go to the rooftops. There we go. Should have been here to begin with, but it's been a while since I played those missions, so... Come on.
Rerouting security.
So it could be that the devs do listen to us, but that doesn't guarantee that they'll give us what we're asking for. Heck, very often the devs are compared to the monkey's paw. Like even when they manage to give us what we're asking for, very often they somehow manage not to give us what we want. Just waiting for some more EMPs. Some rods. If I was to make a Superman 1 million character, what power would be more accurate? I was thinking atomic rather than ice. Personally, I use fire, but yeah, atomic would be a good choice. I use fire because he basically went into the sun for like 1,000 years and then came back from that.
It's all a blank.
But yeah. Technically, the sun is atomic energy, so yeah, why not have him use atomic? The thing though is atomic. Yeah, you kind of have to use the atomic combos. So if you don't enjoy playing with powers that have combos, I would go with fire.
Live fire.
Random mind. Do you think adding more iconic powers would be possible? Absolutely.
Thanks.
Whether it would be possible or not is not even the question. The true question is whether they'll do it or not. Whether there's a will to actually give us new powers or not, new iconic powers or not.
An old data link to the satellite. It seems that part of it's hidden in Gotham's sewers, using the tunnels to send OMAX out into the city. It's resisting all my efforts to shut it down. You'll need to go in and use multiple EMPs to break its enhanced shielding.
Oh, good news. It would seem that we've reached combat rating 30. So even though we're still level 28, for those wondering, the combat rating, the gear is what decides your combat rating. So in this case, even though we're still level 28, our combat rating is actually 30. So let's go inside. So yeah, adding iconic powers would be possible. The real question is, will they do it?
Fire is inside, waiting for you with a device to convert the internal junction boxes into makeshift EMPs.
Oh, thank goodness. I need help, and I just can't go in any further. I was studying Killer Croc's atavistic symptoms on a real alligator, and my test subject, escaped. Can you bring him back? Or just his teeth? I'd settle for the teeth. He's very violent, you know.
And it's not like they don't know what we want. We've asked them many times.
See you again. Try not to die on me, and I'll do the same for you. Here's Batman's device. Use it on the junction boxes to give the OMAX a shock. Need a moment? Tell me when you're ready to go.
For example, for the iconic powers,
I'll take the lead and show them some.
we've asked many times for the bizarre powers, the power that's been asked for, like the flame breath, the heist vision.
Powers detected.
The Blue Lantern powers, like the powers from our friend Saint Walker. Seeing how we cannot get a Blue Lantern power, having the Saint Walker iconic powers added would give people an option to be able to create a Blue Lantern power, even if we don't have an official Blue Lantern power. So they know what people want. It's been we've been asking for over and over for those things, but the real thing is, will they add those? Assuming they decide to give us iconic powers, will they select those we're asking for? Like even though we've been asking for the powers that the Bizarro has or the powers from Saint Walker, maybe the devs would decide that let's give them the powers from Wonder Woman instead. So sadly, even if we ask for something specific, even if they decide to give us some iconic powers, some iconic extra iconic abilities, will they even select the ones we want, or will they select the ones they want for some reason? Sadly, there's always this weird balance between what we want and what the devs want. And it's obvious that it's often not the same. Let's do something I never do. Let's go back. Oh.
No gator, just teeth? So he must really have mutated fast. Was he very vicious? Not that he was that sweet, even before the chemicals.
I guess I did not need to go back and see the scientist. Oh well.
Shielding is interfering with my communications. I won't be able to contact you much longer. But be aware, Brother Eye's drones are scouting the area. Analyze their patterns and you may be able to get past without activating them.
Could have tried to be sneaky and get past them without defeating them. We're not going to do that. Actually, let's if we're going to do it, let's go all the way. Let's defeat them all of them.
Initializing weakness detection. Defense system recovery in progress.
Let's pull back a little bit more.
Weakness unknown.
I see a red dot, but I don't. Oh, there it is.
You cannot stop us.
Hello, Angel Hunter. Ah, we're good. We're good. Playing with our flash character. I guess we're done here.
I have you now.
Oh no, big bada boom.
Damage threshold critical.
Angel Hunter, hopefully one day the new devs will give us what we want. Funny fingers. You never know.
Initiating shred protocol.
Certainly something we've been seeing in games for some time now is that a lot of devs don't give players what they want. They give players what they want, what the devs want. I don't know the new DCUO devs very well, if at all. Some of you guys did suggest that some of you guys are playing Star Trek Online, so some of you guys do seem to know the devs. I've seen some of you guys say that they were good guys. So hopefully,
2-6 blank buddy.
Hopefully they'll do a good job and they'll make good decisions, or decisions that that players agree with. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. Angel Hunter, are you still doing Wednesday PvP? Absolutely. So for the PvP, we'll try to make it a regular event. So we'll have one event on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in case people cannot make that event, we'll have one event Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also known as noon. So if somehow people cannot make it on Wednesday, hopefully they can make it on Sunday. If somehow they cannot make it on Sunday, hopefully they can make it on Wednesday. And if they cannot make it either way, well, too bad, so sad, we tried. Not sure why I cannot target. There we go.
Why do you resist? You cannot stop us.
So in case you don't know, once you approach the console, as you saw, a whole bunch of evil Omax appear. And then once you click on the console, there's even more Omax that will appear. So if you don't want to fight 20 mobs at once, get close to the console, defeat them, then then activate it. So you will be able to fight them in multiple waves. But if you're feeling a bit in a hurry, I want to do it quick, then get close to the console and activate it, and then you'll be fighting all the mobs at once. I'm not sure why I cannot. There we go. And here, there's so many healing barrels. Don't be afraid. Sorry, got distracted for half a minute. Shal, I wish there was a DC versus Marvel DLC. Absolutely. If they ever did something like that, that would break the bank. That would become the most popular game in the universe until the end of days. But it'll never happen. See, now I did a boo-boo. I got close to the console, and then I started clicking on it. But luckily, the evil drones, they attacked me before I could finish. So there we are.
Weakness unknown. Why do you resist? You cannot stop us. Why do you resist? Stage 2 defenses initiated upon life form.
And sorry if my nose is a bit stuffy, guys.
System recovery in progress.
I had to go shovel outside. So it's minus 50,000 degrees. And we have like 23 feet of snow. Of course, I'm exaggerating.
Executive command. Live fire.
So again, you saw how I got close to the console. It summoned a whole bunch of evil mobs.
You cannot stop us. Damage threshold critical.
And the consoles here are for the ground floor. Like you see the traps on the floor. Nah. So if you click all the consoles, I could have sworn. Oh, there it is. So there's a bunch of consoles you can click to deactivate that so that you don't end up triggering the traps. Well, let's pick up the investigation first.
Data 1024.
Superman versus Thanos. Nah, it would be unfair. Thanos wouldn't stand a chance.
Out of concern that he could not adequately control the meta-powered members of the
Brother
superhero
Alex
community.
Lufthansa is ready. Deploying drones.
Brother Eye data rerouted. Eliminating data bleed.
Factory 7, I'm glad I live in Florida. Well, there's a good and bad, I suppose. We don't have tornadoes over here. We don't have earthquake. So there's a drawback to having a lot of snow, but there's also there's also a few advantages we have that Florida doesn't have. And of course, we have winter sports.
Impact registered.
But obviously, for someone if someone doesn't play winter sports, that holds no value for them.
Activating fission mass.
To remote
Loading
location.
new combat
Have a nice
files.
day.
Fusion system.
Let's skip. I love those cinematics, but for the need of those videos, usually I skip the cinematics. And we did get a few feats. That's nice. And here, this is a good spot to be able to break a whole bunch of green barrels. So there's no reason not to break those barrels. The last feat for the barrels is I think 1,000 healing barrels. So break all the barrels you can until you get the feat. And even afterwards, you'll probably be if you're like me, you'll probably be conditioned to destroy those barrels. So even after the 1,000 feet, you'll keep on destroying them. If you're a crazy buckaroo.
With Brother Eye out of commission, we can take out the remaining OMACs and stop the spread of their virus. Funny, the OMAC virus was actually derived from a different future Brainiac. I wonder... No, I can't think about it. It would really be the end.
I guess Oracle was referring to the future Lex that we see at some point. Or the future Brainiac, maybe? So let's take the train track home, or home to the East End police station.
Yes.
I saw some complaint not too long ago because apparently there was a Flash game that might have been in the works that was cancelled. But if you want to play a Flash game, there's always the option to play DC Universe Online. Obviously, not exactly the same thing, but I would say it's even better than having an actual Flash game. But I could be alone in this. So let us start our friend Fire.
It's the hero who blinded Brother Eye. I'm glad you survived. And so will others now, thanks to you.
The Spectre has gone mad and is raising spirits of the angry dead in Midtown. You must speak to Dr. Fate immediately. He's waiting for you at the Midtown Metropolis Police Station.
Before we go there, let's go back to our base. Online Equinox says, I'm convinced the new devs hate the player base. They not only don't care about what we have to say, they also do the bare minimum. I'd be tempted to think that maybe the devs, maybe this is all they can do. I don't know how to say it. I hope I don't insult anyone, but it could be that they're trying to do the best they can, and sadly, this might be it. This might be the best they can do. It's quite possible that they cannot do any better than what they're doing right now. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe they're being lazy bums and don't want to work. But I'd say that it's more that this is probably the extent of their abilities. I've been there many times. Very often, I would have to hire people who were not really good enough or qualified to do the job, but that I had the. At some point, you learn that you don't necessarily hire the best people. Sometimes you hire the less bad people you have. Sometimes you choose the less bad option you have. So sometimes you know that the people that you're gonna hire are not really good enough for the job, but that's all you have. So you have no choice. You hire them. In the case of the devs, though, they kind of had a choice. From what I understand, the devs left Star Trek Online because Star Trek Online basically was moving their production overseas. They were pretty much sending all the work overseas, and the devs already knew that they were going to lose their jobs. So instead of waiting for the studio to basically fire them or lay them off, they decided to leave themselves and find another job. And ironically, it's great timing, I guess. DC Universe Online was looking for people for devs. So it was a good timing, I guess, for DCUO. They were looking for new devs. There's a whole bunch of new devs that became available overnight. So they were able to hire a whole bunch of them. Now, I haven't played Star Trek Online in a long time. So I don't really know the devs. Were the devs the best devs in the world? Were the devs the worst devs in the world that worked on Star Trek Online? Were they doing a great job with Star Trek Online? Were they doing a terrible job? I have no idea. And also, depending on what you want, like there's some people who, let's say, are want to play PvP, so they hate anything that is PvE, and there are players who want to play PvE, they hate anything that is PvP. So it could be that someone who hates, let's say, the devs, hates them because they're not working on PvP. But either way, anyway, all of that to say that um, it could just be that they're doing the best they can do with the limitations they have or with the restrictions they have, because also sadly very often you do have a budget to respect and you cannot really work outside of your budget, and sometimes you have no budget. Like there's projects where sadly I had to create an opening for a TV show, and so here the belt is a bit more than 3 million. So again, let's try that again. So if I put, let's say, 1 million, come on. So if I put, let's say, 1 million here. So I do not have the 50,000 to pay for 1 million. It's sad, but that's how it is. So instead of selling it, I don't know, 100,000, I'm going to wait. And actually, I would sell it also at 1 million. So as you saw, The price is actually a bit more than 3 million. I wouldn't ask for 3 million, but I wouldn't ask for 1 million either. And if we take a look at the black flash cowl, black flash. Oh, no black flash it seems. So you have no choice. You have to buy it from Booster Gold. That is why there's the Booster Gold vendor. If somehow you cannot get it from the broker, at least you do have the option to get it from Booster Gold. Should I pay for this? This is why not? Not just yet. So now let's go to House of Legends. Oh, did I reprint my armory? Well, let's do that. Let's do that just in case I forgot. There are times, sometimes you're limited by your budget. There's time, and sometimes, like at some point, I was given the task to make a new opening for the show, and sadly, I had no budget for that. I had to work within the budget I already had to run my department. So what I would end up doing is that there were times where sometimes we were waiting for scripts. So when we were waiting for a script, I would work on the opening, my assistant would work on the opening, and when I needed, let's say I needed new designs for the opening, let's say I needed a new location design for the opening or two, I would ask the location designer to do something for me, and then I would, and then I didn't have any budget to pay them, so what I would do is that I would give them days off. So I would give them half a day off on Friday. Depending on how much work they did, sometimes I would give them 2 half a day off, 3, 4, 12. So during the summer, when the work was done, when there was nothing to do, or when we were, let's say, waiting for a new script, instead of keeping them in the studio waiting, I would send them home, and that's how I would pay them for the design work they did.
Go and seek out Sentry Lita of the Sentinel.
So sadly, when you don't have the budget for something, you find workarounds. But I understand that it's probably not always possible to do that.
Of your caliber for this threat. The Spectre has the power of God's vengeance to judge guilty souls, but here he has lost all mercy. I fear Circe's foul touch has turned the Spectre completely mad. Bring peace.
Factor 7, if I remember correctly, the Area 51 alert has a lot of barrel spawns right by each other. Yeah, you're probably correct.
You need warriors of your caliber for this threat. The Spectre has the power of God's vengeance to judge guilty souls, but here he has lost all mercy. I fear Circe's foul touch has turned the Spectre completely mad. Bring peace to these spirits.
This game needs modern graphics and engine, and it's amazing. Yes, but sadly, we already know it's not going to happen. There's not going to be any major investments like that. So, the DCUO is what we have. We're not going to get DCUO 2. We're not even going to get a remaster or an engine update. What we have is what we have. It's sad, but that's how it is. And they do sort of upgrade the graphics in the roundabout ways. Whenever they give us a new character, you can tell that they have a little bit better textures than usual. When they give us a new location, it will have better textures. That is the only way that they are going to upgrade the game a little bit.
We need your help. The Spectre has raised these ghouls to judge humanity, and they think life itself is a crime. Destroy them and guide their astral victims back to their bodies. But beware the Reapers. We will need a special power to banish them.
This is Wrath, mortal. A life ended too soon. A pilot with a sense of redemption. A police officer caught in the fires of corruption. All these and more the Spectre has been.
On Equinox, yes, it's a good game because of the old devs. The new devs are you're mean to the new devs. But I understand your frustration. Don't think I don't. Factor 7. Now time to do the worst storyline in the game. You don't like the Spectre storyline? Fair enough, I suppose. Nahum, if it's true that the new devs don't care about what players have to say, then maybe they will listen if players stop spending money on the game. I understand, like, obviously if you don't enjoy something, don't spend money on it. But don't think that if you stop spending money, they'll start doing what you want. It doesn't work like that. If let's say you don't like the clamp, you stop spending money because you hate the clamp, and you figure I'm not going to spend money until they remove the clamp. Sadly, odds are they won't know that. They'll think that, oh well, the game is done. People don't like the game no more. So let's shut it down. They won't even know why you're not spending money anymore. And you could say, well, what if I tell them? Like, what if you go to the forums and write a long post explaining what you don't like? People have done that before. It didn't matter. I understand that in theory it may seem like you might be able to get the devs to do what you want if you start spending money on the game, but in reality, it doesn't work like that. Like the devs already know what people want. If they don't give us what we want, either it's because they really don't want to, maybe they just cannot do it, or some other reasons that I fail to think of. But at the end of the day, if they don't give us what we want, yeah, we can try to say, I'm not going to spend money on DCUO Online until they do give us what we want. But sadly, it doesn't work like that. Again, in theory, it might seem like a good idea. But in practice, it doesn't do that. That's not the result you'll get. Because even when the devs, or it's not just the devs, like even when people, quote unquote, will learn a lesson, sometimes they end up learning the wrong lesson. Like I've been on projects where we started working on the storyboard, and they had already made a storyboard. We started working on the storyboard because the storyboard they made was not good, let's say. And so we started working on at first we tried to fix the storyboard. I came to realize that it would be more work to try to fix the storyboard than to just scrap everything and restart the storyboard from scratch. So we did that, and then we started working on the new storyboard, only to realize that there was no design. Like they made normally you write a script, then you come up with the design work, and then you do the storyboard. Then it goes back to the design to make maybe some adjustment based on the storyboard. But in that case, they had made a storyboard with no design, and then we had to redo the storyboard, but we still didn't have any design. So they were designing as we were doing the storyboard, and we had to go through the storyboard. We had to go through the script page by page and see, okay, we can do this page of the storyboard because we do have the designs. Oh, we cannot do this page because we're missing that, and that design. So we would request those designs from the design team, but until we got the design, we just couldn't do it. So we moved on to the next page. So we had to go through the script page by page to see what we could do and what we couldn't do because we didn't have the design. And the lesson we learned on our end was don't start working on the storyboard until you have all the design work done. But that's not what the producer learned. The producer learned that even if we don't have the designs, we can start working on the storyboard and it will all work out in the end. But they're not the ones who had to make it work. We did. We're the ones who had to do the extra work to make it work. And sadly, the producers in that case learned the very wrong lessons that they could start the storyboard even if they didn't have the designs. It's sad, but what can you do? And even if we try to tell them, they won't listen to us because in the end, they got their storyboards, even if the design were not done. So sadly, I understand that it may seem logical that if you don't spend money, the devs will have to do what you want. It doesn't work like that. Again, even if they do learn a lesson, it probably won't be the lesson you want them to learn. They'll probably learn a completely different lesson than what you have in mind. Oh, I think we're done here. All of this makes sense, and I understand that it may seem to make sense to say that let's vote with your wallet and don't spend money if you don't like it. And yes, if you don't like something, yeah, don't spend money on it. But don't think that the devs will start doing what you want because you're not spending money. Heck, Star Wars would be a great example of that. Like, people stopped supporting Star Wars a long time ago, and we're still getting the Acolytes. We're still getting stuff like the Skeleton Key. So people are not spending money on Star Wars. But Disney is still not doing what people want.
It's like waking up from a nightmare. Thank you.
So here we have to lure. I kind of hate this one. We have to lure some of the ghosts over here. Hopefully I didn't go too fast and they're still following me. Ah, come on. I'm here. Now let me get back to the... Hello, Six God. All of it made sense, Nahum. On Equinox, exactly, they get rid of Meps, he cared about the fans. We don't know really what happened with Meps and the devs, so we can only speculate. Six God, I want to see Blue Lantern Flash in story arc and use them in PvP will be dope. We're not going to be able to use them in PvP. They've given up on PvP a long time ago. But yeah, it would be nice if they would use him again. It's a bit of a waste. There's some characters that they've used once in one storyline, one time, and never used them again. In the case of the Flash, at least they used him as an NPC in the House of Legends. Here is usually a good place to have a pull move. Nah, too much. See, I can't even use my pull move too early. I'll do too much damage. I got lucky, I guess. Charles, you think the Spectre worth it for 29 million? It's up to you. If you think if you're willing to pay that much for the aura, then yes, it's worth it. If you're not willing to pay that much, then it's not. So it always comes down to you. If you want to spend that much money for the aura, sure, do that. Sorry, I'm just trying to do just enough damage, but not too much. There we go. Six God, I got lucky and got the Black Flash Call and the Wings of Sins from Broker. It was really expensive. Oh yeah, the Wings of Sins were a very, very popular item at the time. And yeah, it was expensive. The Flash Call was pretty popular too. A random mind, do you think DCUO will add an ally token similar to the Wolfpack token? I don't know. They did it with the artifacts, so I don't see why they wouldn't do it with the allies. But we don't know. Maybe the Wolfpack token did not make as much money as we think it did, and so maybe the devs don't have a reason to do it with the allies. But maybe if it made a truckload of money, then yeah, they might do it with the allies as well. From the point of view of someone who has a lot of alternate characters, yeah, it would be helpful to be able to do that, because there's no way to be able to upgrade to rank up all the allies when you have for your alternate characters. But will they do it? We don't know. So we need one more accuser. Ah, there's the accuser we've been looking for. Oh yeah. Let's continue the chat a little bit.
No pun intended on these manifestations.
Nahum, yeah, you're 100% right. Thank you. Now, for example, I'm still in the boycott mode against PS Plus since August 2016 because I'm against the online multiplayer paywall crap. But me doing that hasn't made a dent at all. But it's not just you. It's even if a billion people start doing that, odds are PlayStation wouldn't get the message. They would think you're doing that for some other reason, or they would assign some other reason to why you're doing that. What is worse to rank up, artifact or allies? They can be both pretty time consuming. So I'm the only thing, I was going to say the only advantage with the allies is that you don't have to use seals of preservation, but you also have to use legendary alliances.
I am a student of supernatural phenomenon. I have set up numerous astral spectrometers.
Like that was a bit puzzling way back when they first announced the allies. I saw a lot of people do the happy dance because they were so happy that we didn't have to use seals of preservation or seals of completion to be able to rank up the allies. And yeah, no, we did not have to use seals, but like with the artifact, if you don't want to, you don't have to pay for the artifacts. You can rank up an artifact to rank to 100, 120, 140 without paying any money. Yeah, eventually you may have to start using seals of preservation and seals of completion, but that's towards the end of ranking up the artifact. As opposed to with the allies, right off the bat, you had to purchase legendary alliances. And at the time, you had to purchase the legendary alliances from the marketplace, and also you had to purchase the allies from the marketplace. Like at the time, right off the bat, it would cost you $25 to purchase one ally, and that was only for one character. It's only later on that they added the option to be able to reclaim the ally for every single character in your account. So I was a bit surprised that people didn't like the artifacts because towards the end of the artifact, you had to use a seal of completion and it would cost you $5, maybe $10.
Prepare yourself. The sentinels at the edge of the zone will imbue you with spectral power to dim your soul. This will confuse and weaken the Reapers so you can destroy them.
But with the allies, right off the bat, you had to spend $25 and $1 for each legendary alliances. So I was a bit surprised because it was expensive to get the allies at first. But somehow some people at first were so happy not to have to use seals that they didn't realize that no, you didn't have to use seals, but you had a pretty big cost up front with the allies.
Run for your life.
I guess you can upgrade the allies a little bit faster. But then again, I say that from the point of view, like right now I have so much ally favor accumulated that I can rank up allies very quickly if I want to. But I might be misremembering. Oh, we have the evil judge over here. So this is a bounty that hangs here. Try not to attract his attention. Otherwise, you're in big doo-doo. Punta doo-doo.
That little trick won't work on me, mortal.
Let's see if we can pull him over here. Basically, you have to talk to those little guys for them to give you some sort of aura that will allow you to defeat those evil specters. So without that aura, there's not much you can do. Antonio, I do hope DC creates Walker as ally. That would be nice. DCUO Factor 7, I think ours are worse because there are some cheaper allies that are still really good. Like, yeah, I suppose you're right. Crypto and the House of Legend bots are pretty cheap to upgrade. Oh, enough dev talk. Who's your favorite voice actor on DCUO? Mine's going to be Kevin Conroy. Good question. I would have to say the guy who did the voice for the Batman Who Laughs or even the Red Death. No idea if it's the same guy, but I did enjoy. I thought they did. I thought they did a good job realizing a character like the Red Death in DC Universe Online. The character looks good. The voice acting is good. So I thought they did good with that character. I wish they had used the question from the Justice League animated series, the Victor Sage question. Well, that's a minor nitpick. And I keep on messing up. I attracted the Soul Eater, but what I want is the Reaper. So sadly, you have to turn the Soul Eater into a Reaper, and to do that, you need the aura thingy from the light bringer. And as you saw, it took a while for the Reaper to finally decide himself to attack us. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt, in part because of that. Unknown Equinox, how about the Superman? Which is your favorite? Original, Rebirth, Death Metal, Six Dimensional? The classic, the original one. And I would even say the John Byrne Superman, because the Superman was quite different. When it was done by John Byrne, it was quite different than when it was done by Kurt Swan way back when, or even by Jerry Ordway, who worked on Superman at the same time as John Byrne.
Stop! I didn't do anything to anybody.
Your power has no hold on me.
So yeah, my favorite Superman would have to be the John Byrne Superman. And for the movies, of course, it is Christopher Reeves. Come on.
It's possible that Eclipso has somehow severed the Spectre from his human host. That would explain why he's unleashing judgment like this. I'm calling in Green Lantern and others as backup. Green Lantern has a...
Now you must do the impossible. Return the spirit of God's vengeance to his link with humanity. Green Lantern and Green Arrow will join you to face him in the Metropolis courthouse he has taken for his own. Perhaps they can appeal to the Spectre's memories. Or, failing that, help you bring him down.
A random mind. How many alts do you run regularly? None. Actually, none at all. I play my alternate characters when I feel like it. If I feel like playing the Flash, I'll play the Flash. If I feel like playing the Batman, I'll play the Batman. It's there's I can't say that I play any of them regularly. Sometimes I'll play a character every day for a while, and then I'll be a month, 2 months without playing it. So I can't really answer that because I don't know. There are some alternate characters that I'll use for specific occasions, like during Halloween, I'll have a tendency to use my Spectre character a bit more, or some other my Halloween themed characters. But again, overall, I can't really say that I use my alternate characters regularly.
Do not expect to see compassion, mortal.
And sometimes I'll use my Superman character for some reason. Sometimes I'll use my Flash character for some reason. Uh, like normally for Live at 5, I'll use my Multiverse character. But once in a while, I'll use my Superman character if I need a tank for that day. Or I'll use my Flash character if I need a healer for the group. But it's been a while. For quite some time, I've pretty much been using my Flash character. Except for Evil Friday, I've been using my Doomsday character. But I can't really say that I use my alts regularly. Because that was never the point of me running alts. Like, I never wanted to have alts. Like, I see people who have, they have like 6 alternate characters, and all their alternate characters are at endgame level. That was never my intention. And way back when, I would have alternate characters to be able to play different parts of the game. For example, I had characters at Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5. So if I wanted to play Tier 1, I would play with one of my Tier 1 characters. If I wanted to play Tier 2, I would play with one of my Tier 2 characters, and so on. But then, when they added the clamp, that pretty much made that obsolete. Like, with the clamp, it doesn't matter if I have a character that's Tier 1 or Tier 5. The clamp will take care of that. I could have sworn I forgot something important. Too bad. Too much chatty chat. That's what happens. Let's grab a little barrel here. Now, why does poison affect ghosts? I have no idea, but here we are. Actually, it's radioactive waste, not just poison, so maybe that's why. Maybe ghosts are vulnerable to radiation somehow. Yeah, it makes no sense, but what can you do?
Oh no! Spirits behind you!
And as you saw, there's a couple of side quests.
Oh man, thank you. And I thought jury duty was bad. My wife must be frantic. I'll go meet up with her now.
So as you saw, there's a couple of side quests inside the mission. So and there's no reason not to do those side quests at the same time. Let's pull him into the poison, because we can. Oh, feedy feet. Luna. Oh no, Random Mind. What other games do you play besides DCUO? Lately, I've played Marvel Rivals. I tried the Veil Guards before that. I'm gonna have to try it again. I barely played it once or twice. Which other game? I played the Dragon's Dogma not that long ago.
Empathy can be a dangerous well, and has drowned many.
I'm glad you're here. The Spectre's in the next room, and the craziness is hitting the fan. The Spectre needs a human soul in order to judge humanity. Without it, you get... well, you've seen it. And I should know. I was once his host myself. Prepare yourself, and let me know when you're ready to move.
Legend Arena. Let's see. I think it's going to be next week. Yeah, next week. Actually, Sunday and Wednesday. Basically, here's what we're going to do for PvP. The last Saturday, the last Sunday, and the last Wednesday of the month, we will play Legends PvP, and the rest of the time, the rest of the time on Wednesday and Sunday, we will play Arena PvP.
All right, let's go. This might be a one-way trip. Messing with the Hand of Vengeance is a good way to find yourself judged and executed. Just like old times, huh, Green Arrow? That'll show him.
So for other games, I played Baldur's Gate 3 when it came out.
This is not right.
I played, what else?
Ripping away the Spectre's humanity.
There's a couple of games also I want to play. There's an upcoming Phantom game that should come out any day now. We were told that it would come out in February 2025. Also, right now, the only information I can find is that it will come out in 2025, but when, they don't know. So there's a Phantom game that I would love to play. Full disclosure, I'm a huge Phantom fan, so that's why. It's going to be... I strongly doubt it's going to be the best game in the world, but I'm hoping it'll be at least a good fun action RPG game. We'll see. There's also another game. There's a Grandizer Z game also that I would like to play. Like I did download the game already. I just couldn't find the time to sit down and play it. I'll try to do that soon. I tried Throne and Liberty, hated the controls, so I'm gonna have to try it again. And I tried also the first Descendant. Didn't play very much either, so I'm gonna have to try to play some more.
Certain of their judgment.
And of course, I played Marvel Rivals. J. Clark, A-Multiverse, what are some cool interactive base items you can think of? I don't know. I guess it depends on what you qualify as cool, because there is the mother box that we have, but it's a mixture of cool and annoying. Like sometimes you try to click on your armory and you click on the mother box. It depends, I guess, what you qualify as cool.
The Spectre's work is never done.
Oh no! I had to break my barrel.
You want to be full of holes?
Humanity, I am lost. I must have
A random mind, what's your favorite character in Marvel Rivals? The Invincible Iron Man. It's pretty much the one I prefer to play so far.
Got me. Having fun yet?
I tried Wolverine. Holy crap, Wolverine! I just Playing in melee, that was too much for me at the time. I'm gonna have to try it again, but it wasn't great. Let's say. I'd love to also to play Magneto, but I do have a hard time with the abilities. So yeah, right now Iron Man is pretty much my favorite in terms, not just in terms of character, in terms of also playability and more.
Did I mention I'm the fastest man alive?
Oh, our Flash isn't doing anything. Oh, I'm so sad.
You will be my human host once again, and contain the power of vengeance.
Luna, I'll definitely be there tomorrow and told a few of my friends about it, so hopefully we'll have some fast cure times. Well, the best would be not only to have some fast cure times, but what if there was more than just one match? Like, obviously, whatever match I'll be in, that'll be the one match we'll have. But what if we had another match and another match, and then what if we had multiple matches going on at the same time? Oh, what happened to me?
You've undone all my plans.
Good job.
All this trouble to separate the Spectre from his human host, and you volunteer. I will remove him from your humanity and corrupt him now and forever!
Somehow I guess I did a boo-boo. I'm not sure what I did, but I'm not the Spectre no more. Well, I'm so sad now. Favorite character? Oh, no, I already answered that. I kind of liked Star-Lord a bit. The way he plays. It was pretty smooth playing Star-Lord. Obviously, I didn't try all the characters.
Green Lantern's light.
Rayshon, I waited 8 hours for the Harley Quinn raid. My new character finally did it. I'm happy now. I'm glad for you.
The darkness cannot be defeated
But
forever.
you shouldn't wait 8 hours. On Friday, normally we played some of the latest content at Live at 5.
Judged Eclipso. Judged and punished.
Let us skippy skip. So I guess we're done here.
Eclipso has always wanted the Spectre's power since he had it himself and lost it. Well, he didn't get it today, thanks to you.
The Spectre has been rejoined to humanity, so he may properly fulfill his role as an agent of divine judgment. We deprived Circe of a valuable weapon today in the battle for magical power. My thanks.
So again, there's some barrels over here. Don't hesitate. Destroy them. That's what they're there for. Zagzazine, what is your opinion on the best power weapon setup for DPS? It depends. It always depends on your playstyle. Personally, I love hand blasters, but I don't see a lot of people actually using that. Most people will gravitate towards martial arts, one-handed, and a dual wield. Mostly because of some of the combos. Martial arts because it's a pretty quick. It has pretty quick combat. But some of the combos with one-handed and dual wield, people can like to use that, and those are pretty quick also as well. Like speed in PvP is pretty important. So you'll see people use abilities like either weapon attacks that can be done quick, so that they can do a lot of attack quick. Also, attacks that stun are also a popular thing. And the same for powers. Powers that can be done quick, that can stun. Like if you guys saw when we did play PvP, was it last Sunday or last Wednesday? Basically, we had the evil Batman who was just spamming a taser pull. So it was taser pull, taser pull, taser pull. It's a fast attack. It can stun enemies. So it's pretty much a no-brainer to decide to spam that. Now, was it effective? It was so-so. It works well enough until it doesn't. But yeah, personally, I kind of like to use hand blasters. But again, I'm pretty much in the minority here. Oh, where am I going? We got mail. And in terms of powers, yeah, there are powers that are way too good. Like again, if you guys did see the stream, Aquaman with his ability to heal. I at some point there's nothing I could do. I couldn't do damage enough to Aquaman. It was healing so much that I couldn't overcome his healing. And even if you use a healing debuffs, like if the character has 100 skill point, 100 health point. Not sure why I was thinking of skill points. If a character is 100 health point.
Urgent. We need your help immediately. Brainiac has bottled the Daily Planet, with both Superman and Lex Luthor inside. We're trying to get a teleport link, but something's gone wrong. Since you broke out of Brainiac's ship, I'm betting you can penetrate that bottle before Brainiac goes into full lockdown. Supergirl is in the watchtower. She'll give you the device that will allow me to communicate with you once you're inside the bottle.
I find it a bit strange we don't have the watchtower here. Doesn't really matter because we have it here, but still, it should be there. Anyway. Minor nitpick. Ignore at your risks. I'm coming back to the game after nearly 10 years off, and I'm curious. Sorry, I'm primarily talking about the PvE. Would End Blasters Quantum be good for DPS? Oh, yeah. Quantum is good, and so is End Blasters. Personally, I use End Blasters, so it's not like I'm telling you to use something I don't use. And Quantum and End Blasters is precisely what I use. I like End Blasters because it's a good.
The Watchtower. We've retrofitted it a bit for all you new heroes. The Green Lantern John Stewart drew up the plans. He's an architect. Just follow your minimap and activate the consoles. I'll tell you about the place.
I like End Blasters because it's good for range attack. It's good also to fight in melee. And Quantum has the best crowd control in the game. Time Bomb is a bit too slow, so it's pretty much only useful against bosses. And Quantum Tunneling is a great all-purpose ability. Love it. That's alright. Zagzazine, I'm just letting you know. If you watch, there's a lot of my videos where you'll see my multiverse character, and that's precisely what I use. Quantum and End Blasters. I don't think it's a popular choice, though. I don't think there's a lot of people who do that, but that is what I do.
Oh, thank goodness. It's you. I know you can save my cousin. The moment the Daily Planet was bottled, he went to save Lois, and now no one knows where he is. Use this comlink to Oracle. It's the one we use when we go into deep space, and it should work anywhere. Please hurry. I'm so worried.
So let's go to the Daily Planet. Oh. At some point, I thought we didn't have the Daily Planet in this Universe Online.
That holo token shows the emblem of the Meta Wing. Metahumans gain their powers from their unique genetic heritage. These heroes are mentored by Superman.
It took a while for me to realize that we have the Daily Planet, but it's inside one of the bottles. It's alright if you're new, Zagzazine. Welcome to DCUO.
I'm trying to get everyone to the teleport site, but Lex Luthor is... What are you doing? You madman! No! You fool! You'll leave all these people trapped.
What just happened? Okay, good news. We can get a teleporter working out of here. But bad news, where did Lex Luthor teleport Superman? Get to the teleport site so I can find out where he's gone.
Switching weapons.
I could have sworn we had Lois and Jimmy in here somewhere. Maybe I'm thinking of another mission. That happens.
Systems damaged. Weapons activated. Continuing redigitization process. Estimated time detectation is plus 4,397 milliseconds due to
Oh, there's just the chest.
repairs initiated.
And of course, there's plenty of barrels around, so if you can use them, why not?
Attack initiated.
I'm not sure if we get anything from freeing the citizens, but why not do that? Once upon a time, I would have destroyed everything to make sure I didn't forget something important. Not today.
Weapons activated.
I was a bit surprised. I was looking for.
If you're here to help, you need to save Superman. Luthor dragged him into a teleporter and they both disappeared. Jimmy and I were trying to find someplace safe from Brainiac's drones when you arrived. And if you see Superman, tell him not to worry about us. We're survivors.
As Xazine, so much has changed since I last played. My old character is CR-105, and I was wearing raid gear back then.
Luthor sent Superman, except, and this is probably not news, Brainiac's forces seem to really want to keep you here.
Command complete. Next process. Scan for enemy units.
Yeah, DCUO did change a lot. Very often people don't seem to realize that. Some people seem to think that DC Universe Online never changed, and it's not really true.
Translocating repair droids for emergency system maintenance. Initiating self-deactivation for binary cleaning.
Here there's some robots that are going to supposed to repair the Mechabite. If you get rid of the robots, no repair.
5 seconds. Binary cleaning complete. System reactivated.
All right. Portal up with Superman's teleport location. Some kind of crazy security encoding on here. Get to Superman and get both of you safe.
I don't think there's a feat for the blue barrels. If there is, I completely forget what it is. But for the green one, the last feat is 1,000 barrels. So no reason not to destroy it. Oh, I skipped Random Mine. My favorite are Penny Parker, Punisher, and Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, Punisher seems to be a popular one. The only thing I don't like about Punisher is that it's kind of like playing any other shooter game. Like if you use the Punisher, yeah, you have a guy going around shooting guns, like any other shooter game.
From that trail of fire, Superman is here, and it's up to you to get him out. Good luck.
Calculated a Hall of Doom. Justice League incursion in the tech wing. Yes, they found us, and
What's the hurry, hero? You're just gonna die here anyway. I got my motor revving, and I'm ready to rumble!
So if I play a superhero game, I want to play a superhero game. I don't really want to play a shooter game. If it makes sense. I made the same mistake with DCUO way back when. When I first started playing DCUO, I tried to create the Batman at first. I couldn't really do it, or didn't really like the result of what I created. So I went through a handful of characters. Like I created about 6 or 7 characters before I finally got what became my main character at the time. And one of those characters was pretty much a character that was using a dual wield gadget, and I forget what else. And I pretty much recreated a Draw Ranger elf from DC Universe Online, from Dungeons and Dragons.
You and I will have a word about your freaking useless security bots.
Or a thief dual wielding, depending on how you want to see that. But then I figured I can play a thief dual wielding in any other D&D games. Let's select a superhero, and then I started playing the Phantom. Random Mind, I'm always surprised that DCUO is the only superhero MMO out there. There are like 15 fantasy MMO, but only one superhero MMO. Thank you. I've been saying that for some time now. I don't understand why. Like for some time, we've had the devs pretty much trying to turn DCUO into like a Dungeon and Dragon Online 2 or something. We already have a billion fantasy games out there. DCUO is the one superhero game we have. Well, now we have Marvel Rivals, but even then, Marvel Rivals you cannot customize the character the way you can in DCUO. Marvel Rivals does not have an open world, does not have PvP missions.
He isn't just trying to get the exobyte powers future Luthor bombed into our world. No, he has a plan. Look where his bottles and Brainiac attack. And if you don't believe it, friend, then you are wrong.
So I always find it a bit strange to see them trying to turn DCUO basically in D&D. Or DDO 1.2 or something, or DDO 2. As opposed to making it the best superhero game out there, which it already is by default. Like, this is pretty much the best superhero game we have. And I think the devs should go more towards that direction, as opposed to trying to make the game another Dungeon and Dragon game, another fantasy game.
That gene scanner is currently calibrated.
I love Dungeons and Dragons, don't get me wrong. But if I want to play Dungeons and Dragons, I have Baldur's Gate 2, Baldur's Gate 3. I have Neverwinter Nights 2. I have a Temple of Elemental Evil, Neverwinter, and for MMO, there's Dungeons and Dragons Online and Neverwinter. Not to mention all the other fantasy games like Lord of the Rings Online, EverQuest, World of Warcraft, and more. But when it comes to superheroes, there's DCO and pretty much that's it. I know some people will say there's Champions Online. I'm sorry, I tried it at some point. I just couldn't do it. The graphic, the clunky animation. I see people who complain about the graphics of DC Universe Online, and somehow they praise Champions Online. There's something wrong there, because the graphics for Champions Online are even more ancient compared to DCO.
Comfortable in your kryptonite cage, Superman? No? Good. I'd hate to think you were enjoying hearing that I, Lex Luthor, will now take my rightful place as the ultimate savior of this planet.
And the thing about DCO being the only superhero MMO is that no one else seems to be willing to invest what would be needed to make a game at least as good as DCO.
Cavalry has arrived, such as it is. This will be quick.
Like, one of the things DCO has is flying, which not all other games have. And some of the other games, like Anthem, did have flying, but the flying in Anthem, holy crap, was it clunky. The same with sorry, I was a bit distracted. The same with Legion of Liberty.
When will you learn you're fighting for the wrong side? I can see I'll have to take you seriously. Command override. Maximum power suit sequence activate.
Too late, Luthor. This was the coup de grace.
Your power. Too much for me. How? I am Lex Luthor.
Yes, take that, calculator. I'm back online for the moment. Oh no, get Superman out of that kryptonite cage. I'll teleport
Somehow
you
I
both to the
expected
watchtower.
you'd be the one to
and
take down Luthor.
when you get there,
He's
let
been trying to
Supergirl know
crack the
Superman's
Kryptonian
alive.
DNA
She's
code.
been wringing my
But in
ear
the
off
end,
this
he
entire
always
time.
falls back on kryptonite. The one thing I just can't fight. You're a true hero.
So sadly for a Superhero MMO, no one seems to be willing to invest the time that would be needed to do that and the money that would be needed to do that. When Marvel tried to make an MMO, they tried to make it on the cheap. They basically reskinned Diablo, and not Diablo 2, that is the fun Diablo. They went all the way back to Diablo 1. Basically, they reskinned the Diablo 1 with a superhero skin, and that's how they tried to have a superhero game. I still can't believe it, but that's what they did. And then later on, the two other attempts they had were cancelled.
That band was configured to access the dungeon jail cells.
There's one that looked kind of cool, and the other one kind of looked like a cross between Fortnite and the Miles Morales Spider-Verse movies. Which I can see why. I can easily see someone saying, "Oh, the first Spider-Verse movie was real popular. Let's make a game like that." So we have to go back to talk to Supergirl. I enjoy DCUO, but it can be hard to play when it feels like the devs are putting minimum effort. Why invest in a future that will never happen? I understand, Random.
I can't believe how evil Lex Luthor is. I should be used to it by now, but I just can't. Superman will need some time to recover from that kryptonite. Thank you so much. I knew you could do it.
Oh, hello, Kane. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Thunderdome. So a new day is dawning. Royal Chess Guard of Krypton. Let's conclude that.
I had a feeling the moment you first trashed that Brainiac ship that you'd be a power for good. The Justice League wants to say thanks. In fact, your mentor wants to thank you personally.
Oh, now we have to go see the mentor. If you hear a little bear snoring in the background, it's just Rocky. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let's go to the House of Legends. I'm surprised they did not change this here. Oh well. A random mind, Marvel's Avengers could have worked if instead of Kamala Khan being the focal point, you create your own custom Inhuman. Yeah, creating your own custom Inhuman, or play as Iron Man. Like, center the game around Iron Man. That's what the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon did at first. Well, not the cartoon. Sorry, when they made the Avengers Earth's Mightiest cartoon, the broadcaster decided to play the episodes out of order, and they started with the episode featuring Iron Man. And basically, they understood, like the broadcaster understood that at the time, the most popular character Marvel had besides Spider-Man was Iron Man. So when they started the Avengers cartoon, they put their best step forward. They started with the Iron Man episode. So ideally, Marvel's Avengers should have done something like that. They should have started with their most popular character at the time, the invincible Iron Man. But they didn't do that.
Not everyone has what it takes to take a beating from the villains of this world and just keep fighting. But you do. And you've brought the fight right back to them. From all of us in the Justice League, congratulations and thanks. You are now an official member of the JLA.
Oh yeah. So let's complete our mission.
You're a full-fledged member of the Justice League. Congratulations.
I'm here with an offering from Argus. We've optimized gear that'll help you take on even bigger threats when you're on duty.
So here you have the combat rating. They explained a bit that at this point, it's not so much your level that matters, it's your combat rating. And we got a whole bunch of feats. So if we go back to our journal, so welcome to the Watchtower. That's a bit strange. So now we have the mission where we will have to visit the Watchtower and explore a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lock and load mission also we could have done before, but we didn't do it just yet. And for the moment of truth, the moment everyone has been waiting for. So they gave us a renown booster. They did give us some other gear, I think. Or did they? So a new headpiece, new boots, new neck piece. A headpiece for the style. And that seems to be it. So let's open the box for the ultimate recruitment cache. So we are getting a 30-pack of Kazna Crown, 5 spiritual imprints, a white radiant aura, and a 30-pack of source marks. I think I already... let's see. I already have the aura on my multiverse character, but I'm wondering... oh well. And also some questions you guys... oh, and also some of the rewards, actually, all the rewards are account bound. So the 30-pack Kazna Crown, account bound. Spiritual Imprint, account bound. The Aura, account bound. And the source marks, account bound. So if somehow you don't want to keep your character for whatever reason, let's go to the... So if we go to our shared bank, we can put it all here. So you could decide to create new characters just to farm for the new currency and to farm for the aura. Now I've seen some people who decided that they're not going to do that. Like they did get they did create one new character. They were happy to get a new aura or the currency. And that's pretty much it. And I've seen other people who are created 3, 4, 6 characters in order to be able to get a currency. So random mine, I guess I'm just tired of the only way to play as a superhero is in battle royale style games. Yeah, I suppose. Well, DCUO is not that. With DCUO, you can play in an sort of open world, and you have a lot of PvE content to play if you want to. Thank you, Rayshawn. Level 30 plus story mode. Oh yeah, we did it. Is it me or does the reward seems underwhelming? Yeah, I suppose. But again, I didn't do this really for the reward. I needed to make... some of you guys suggested that it had been a while since I did a new walkthrough. So we were kind of overdue. So here we are. Also, I had never played a Flash walkthrough before. So it gave me the occasion to do that. And I think this will be it for today. We will probably play one or two more times with our Flash character. And basically, what I will do is that we have our friend.
Usually, Argus isn't too keen on free agents, but this gear will do good work in your hands. Every piece of gear has an item level. The higher, the better. And make sure you're picking gear that matches your preferred combat role. Go ahead and equip that now.
So Steve Trevor gave us a little box. Let's go for the tank roll. That's usually what I do. Normally I go for the roll by default, as opposed to the DPS gear. So here we have a brand new set of gear, and it's the classic paramilitary gear. Oh, and we have the rank patch emblem. Let's take a quick look. We should get also another emblem by mail. So if you have a soldier type character, I guess you could use that emblem. Although, obviously, with soldiers, the emblem should not be on the chest piece. It should be on the shoulders. We could use the spindrift shoulders to try to mimic that, I guess. Oh, and here's the best emblem of them all. For a long time, this is the emblem I used with a lot of my characters. Like when we didn't have a Superman emblem, I would use that for my Superman. Or when we didn't have a Flash emblem, I would use that for the Flash. And there's two ways you can use it. Like you can use it with the negative space like that. Or you could decide to tweak it a bit and do the opposite. I kind of prefer the other version, so we'll do that for now. Oh yeah. The one thing I would like is that I would like for them to add an enhanced version of this emblem. Sadly, they don't seem to want to do it. Let's go back to our lair, because why not? Thank you, Supreme. Random, as entertaining, informative as ever. Have a great rest of the day, Multiverse. Have a great day, guys. So we're pretty much done for here for now. But I will come back with this character to show at least a few things early on. Like, once you reach level 30, what do you do? It's a question that often comes back, so we'll try to answer it at least a little bit. Let's sell everything we don't need, except for the Aquaman belt. I think I sold a neck piece that I shouldn't have, or did I? Too late, too late. Doesn't matter. So there we go, guys. So we've reached level 30. We collected our reward. So next time we play with this character, we'll try to explain that once you reach level 30 with your character, what can you do? What do you have to do? What should you do? And more. So see you guys next time. And just a reminder, so Wednesday, it will be Checkmate Day. We will play PvP on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be there if you dare. Bye-bye, guys.